Hi everyone, Sat here. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to add the ARCore shader to different game objects. Some game objects, like the gargoyle that we got from the asset store, the stone one, has a texture on it, so it's really easy to add the ARCore shader to it. Other ones, like the gargoyle that we downloaded from that Google store, it doesn't have any textures to it, so actually we have to do another step before we can change it and add the special light estimator so that it changes color based on how much light there is in the room and how much light the device is actually registering. So I'll talk you through that. It's pretty simple, but it's really interesting. Once you know how to do it, you can apply it really easy to every one of your future projects. So please leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed, because we've got a couple more videos. Thank you as well to everyone who's liking and leaving comments as well. I am seeing those, and I will thank you in the future video as well. And alright, so let's keep going.
Alright, so let's add in some some additional lighting, ARCore lighting shaders to this. So we've got this regular one, which is specular, but it didn't really merge into the scene very well. You could tell it was a different, it was made of something different. So what we can do is we can go to ARCore and then we can change it to diffuse with light estimation. Oh, maybe not. Let's try the specular. I think it actually was originally a specular one. Let's go really super dark actually, which is strange. I wasn't expecting that. Should we have a look at what that looks like on the device? I think we should. Before we go any further, so let's just hit apply. Let's hide this, hit apply, and then let's do a quick build. Now it might be that it looked really dark because inside of Unity there is no, there's no ARCore light, but I don't think that's the case. I don't remember if I hit apply or not, which is not a good start. Alright, got instant preview there. Got a stone gargoyle. I thought I saw the little bugger somewhere here. There he is. I think he's falling through the floor because I haven't actually scanned the floor yet. This is the prefab that I had before. I should have hidden him, but there you go, never mind. Let's put one here. Right, now that actually looks like it is pretty good actually. It does look like it's using the light of the room. It's difficult to tell though because, yeah, so this one is using the light of the room. I don't think it should be specular. I think that's too shiny, especially for a stone statue. I mean, it's not bad because it's could kind of pretend that's a shiny, a wet statue. Maybe it's been raining, but it's not good enough. All right, so let's have a look at the flying gargoyle one now. Yeah, so just so you know, I changed this to diffuse with light estimation rather than specular. Okay, so the gargoyle one's a little different, right? The gargoyle's got all these bunch of meshes, and none of these meshes have, in the same way that, so unlike the stone gargoyle had an actual texture, right? And the texture is what was the shaders being applied to. So we don't have that with the flying gargoyle. What we've got with the flying gargoyle is a whole bunch of materials with no textures, so you can't actually, as far as I'm aware of, you can't really change these to ARCore, right? Now that's not very good, right? We for ARCore one, we kind of want to use all the light estimation ones, otherwise this guy's going to be super bright, which is what we had in the other one, and that's not terrible. It's really not terrible if you want it to kind of shine out really brightly. And in this particular case, if the lights are dim, you might want him to be really bright. at the same time, you probably want him to kind of, it would be more scary, I guess, in some ways, if he's kind of hidden in the darkness of the light. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to search on Google for red texture, right? I believe if we go to tools and more usage rights, we can do label for non-commercial reuse with no modification. Since I'm not selling this, that's okay. It's not commercially used. I think if you do label for reuse with modification, then that means you can also use it and sell it. But you'd have to check on it. Don't take my, I'm not a lawyer, so someone who is might be able to give some advice on that. But I'm definitely not going to sell this or anything like that, so I'm just going to click on that one. Alright, so let me pick a nice red for the wings, and I'll just do those. It's a good red. I think this is kind of a nice kind of texture. Could just have a plain red, but I wanted to have a little bit of texture, so I'm going to click on that. Right click, save image. I'm going to create a new folder. I'm going to call it textures. Hit create, and then I'm going to save this as red, and then hit save. So now that's in our folder. We can go to the folder, we can go create material, and I know I've called this a textures one, but whatever. Okay, we can go to ARCore, we can go to diffuse with light estimation, and we can now drag our red texture into this texture folder here. Now we've got an ARCore diffuse material with the light estimation there, and what we can also do now is, I believe we can drag this onto different parts of him, as you can see, and now we've got like red wings. Let me zoom in a little bit more, and that will change. That means that he will change. The color of his body will adapt based off the light of the real room. So if it's bright, he'll be bright. If it's dark, he'll be dark as well. Which I think is fantastic. Really, you know, it really adds a lot of realism to the game, or to ARCore in general. And we'll just put this as a red skin, and then I can do the rest of him as well. Now you can also do, using the same technique, do every part of his body. You know, his hair, his eyes, his pants, his belt buckle. I am not going to do that though, because the bottom of his wings as well. I'm not going to do that because I can't be bothered. I'll be honest with you, I can't be bothered. Okay, but you get the idea. You know how to do it. You can repeat it how you like. Now, if I hit save, if I hide this dude, apply the changes. Right, we should get it so that, and I can test it on the device as well. So searching for floor, found the floor. I'm going to place the gargoyle down, and it should be the stone one now. It's pretty bright. If I darken it, it should turn to the gargoyle one, and you can see that the lighting of his wings is actually matching the kind of darkness of the room. But his hair is really bright. His hair is really bright because we didn't put the shader on that one. But that's actually kind of cool, as another, we can see the differences. And maybe even for this game, maybe you want like a certain part of him to be bright so that you can see him more clearly regardless of the light. And there you go, it turns right back to the stone gargoyle again. So that's the light shader for the gargoyle.